So now we'll be starting with the model 5, text mining. Okay, so in this model we'll be learning about how to mine the text. Okay, so in the introduction, so we are going to see, okay, so text mining is nothing but the art and science of discovering knowledge, okay, so from the patterns which is existing in the collection of your information. So you may be having some text documents and all. So in the text document, okay, in the textual databases, so you are trying to search some pattern of data there, so which through which you can extract some information. So this can help you, okay, to analyze the frequency analysis of your important terms, okay, and their relationship between the those particular terms which are existing in a document. Okay, like you can take an example, you have done a survey. Okay, so the survey was done, okay, to know how the to collect the feedback, okay, of a particular product which was launched in the market. Okay, so in the so in the text mining, what we do, so the survey forms will be collected. So out of each document, to try to sum of words, okay, which are repeated so many times. So that is the frequency of words. So this frequency analysis will give an insight that whether the people are satisfied with the product or not. Okay, so suppose if you are thinking like you are getting a frequency of your like terms like good, okay, or like that. So you many documents is having the more number of frequency of these words in your documents. Okay, so in more number of forms, so you can consider that your document is your product is satisfied to the customer. Okay, so like that we may have certain words, okay, which will have which will give us some information on a particular purpose for which we are collecting the survey. So that is done by the text analysis, whether people are satisfied or not. So by knowing the frequency of words, okay, so good, better, bad, like, okay, so you can know that what is the feedback that people have given. Okay, so that is done to the text mining. So text mining, we'll go into detail how you are going to mine the text. Okay, so what are the different methods, how to achieve the information, what are the different methods of searching the patterns and all that. So that is nothing but call about your text mining. Okay, so text is always an important part of your growing data in the world. Okay, social media technologies have enabled users to become producers of text, okay, and images and other kind of information. So everyday social media like a Facebook, Twitter, okay, so lots of social media you have, okay, so WhatsApp, okay, so all that, so lots of images are generated, okay, so lots of information is going on generated. Okay, so saying that the analysis of that, you can try to extract some kind of information. Okay, so nowadays you can see that there are some videos which is viral going on, that there is some kind of bees which is seen in a US. Okay, so those kind of bees are visiting the US now. So that visit of that bee there, okay, so it is like that bee, a particular bee bites a particular person, so it is actually dangerous. Okay, so it is life threatening for that particular person. Okay, so many people are posting those kind of your images, okay, so in the social media. So that is telling that the people are making the observation that what is getting changed in the environment. So what are the threats to the social life of a people, so what precautions can be taken. Okay, so if you are trying to analyze the text, okay, so you will know what is the thing what is going on in your society. Okay, so what are the thinking of a people in society, if any threat is there, you can take a precautionary measures for that. Okay, so text mining can be applied to large scale, okay, social media data for gathering preferences and measuring the emotional sentiments. You can also measure like the emotions of a people. Okay, so how happy they are, whether they are happy with that, whether they are satisfied with that, whether not satisfied with that. Okay, so all these can be analyzed using the text mining. Okay, so by seeing the content of the document, okay, so on a particular area, okay, you can analyze the emotions of the people. Okay, so it can be applied to societal, organization, or individual scale. Okay, so text mining actually help us a lot in different areas. Okay, so like you can have a caselet. So case, okay, so WhatsApp and private security. Okay, so we think that, okay, if you post any content on social media, remains private. okay? It doesn't remain private, okay? So many companies are able to make use of your conversation data on the commercial benefit, okay? So people's thought of a person can be known, okay? So how many times he has been active can be known, okay? So WhatsApp is nowadays, okay, you can see that largest people are using, over 415 million people are using this, okay? So Facebook recently bought this, okay, 3-year-old company for $19 billion. Okay? So people share a lot of information on WhatsApp, okay? So that may not even share with their family members, okay? So this kind of information is going on generated, okay, in your social media, that is your text, okay? So text mining, okay, works on text from practically any kind of sources, okay? So it may be business or non-business domains, okay? In any formats, like let it be a Word document, okay? You can mine even the Word document, you can mine the PDF files, you can mine the XML files, okay? Text messages, etc. Okay? So any kind of information provided, okay? The source of information may be the Word documents, maybe the PDF files, maybe the XML files, maybe text messages, etc. Okay? So anything could be mined here. Okay? So some representative example, like in legal profession, so text sources would include the law, code deliberation, court orders, etc. Okay? Now in academic research, it would include the text of interviews, published research articles, etc. Okay? So any articles is that you want to mine, the mine using for a particular frequency of word. Okay? So from a set of articles, you can, then you will know that what is the kind of research right now going on. So what most of the people are on what kind of topics they're going to do the research by just mining few set of your research documents recently published, okay? So you can know the interest for people, so where they are exactly mining it, okay? So the Word of Finance will include statutory reports, internal reports, okay? So like you may have CFO 208 statements and more, okay? So like all financial documents, okay? So all stationary documents, internal reports, anything can be mined using a text, okay? So by applying the mining algorithms, you will try to know what is the purpose, what is the thinking of that, okay? You can extract the useful information out of that. Okay? So in medicines, it could include medical journals, okay? So patient histories, discharge summaries, etc. Okay? So we know that like medical information, if you're using a text mining algorithm, okay? So then easily you can extract, come to an abstract about a patient, okay? When you may have a lots of, okay, you may be having a patient, okay, who's coming since 20 years for a particular hospital. So the hospital is keeping the entire summary of that particular patient, okay? So if you apply a mining algorithm and a stored documents for that particular thing, so in abstract you will know that what is a patient history, okay? So you can know the discharge summaries, like, so whenever a patient was is admitted, okay? So whenever he is discharged, okay, so the discharge date, okay, so what illness he had faced, how many days he was admitted, what prescriptions were given, okay? So what advices are given at the time of a discharge, everything will be there in the discharge summary, okay? So discharge summary, you can it's just nothing but abstract, okay, of the abstract content, okay, during the stay for patients in the from the day of admission to the day of your discharge from the hospital. So the entire summary will be there. By seeing this, anyone can easily make out, okay, in abstract what are the things that the patient undergone in the hospital. Okay, so now this can be mined using the text mining. Okay, so like that you may have a lots of information in the hospital. Okay, so it is difficult to search the entire. You may have lots of information about all the patients. Okay, so it may be difficult for you to search the entire documents and then come out with some patterns, okay, or inside a particular pattern of information from that. Okay, so what can be done is, you can apply a text mining algorithm, okay, on the entire set of medicine, okay, documents, okay, the documents which are stored in a database of your hospital. Then easily you can extract the information within no time. Okay? So it is also applied in marketing. Okay? So it is included to advertise your particular products. Okay? So or you can apply to get the customer comments, etc. Okay? So in the world of technology and search, so it would include patent application, the whole of information, the World Wide Web, and more. Okay? So like it can be used to mine the patent application. So patent application means, suppose if I have done some research, okay, so I apply a patent for that. Okay, so that when I apply a patent for a particular application, okay, or for a particular program or a model what I have developed, okay, so it is outcome of my research. Okay, so if I apply a patent for that, okay, so that means nobody else can use my code. Okay, so that is called as a patent. Okay, so that means patent is have still having a lot broad meaning. So but here for simplicity we are saying that, so if I'm going to apply for a patent, nobody else can use that particular program. Okay, so they can run the program but they cannot copy the code. Okay, so that is like it is my own formula like that. Okay, if you have developed something, so it is own formula, so no, you are not going to give the details how it is implemented, so but people can use that. Okay, so that to mine that what are the patents are there. Okay, so how it is used, so all for all that we may be using the text mining there. So there are lots of applications. Okay, so text mining application, so it is used in the hands of your chief knowledge officer to extract knowledge, okay, for relevant to the organization. Okay, so it can be used across the industry sectors and application areas, okay, including the decision support. So wherever we require to have a decision support system, okay, or we may be doing the sentiment analysis. So sentiment analysis means, so where we apply the documents and come out, okay, with a sentiment, so whether the people are happy, people are not happy, people are satisfied with it, people are very satisfied with it. Okay, so you analyze the sentiments, okay, so using the kind of words appearing in the document. Okay, so for that, that is called as a sentiment analysis. Then it can be used for the fraud detection. Okay, so then it can be used for survey analysis. Okay, where we have launched a product, so we want to we sometimes even for the software this thing also we will be doing a survey, like you may be launching with the beta version. Okay, so we do the survey to get to know that, okay, so what are the flaws existing in the software. Okay, so that can be done by collecting the survey forms. Okay, so that is your text document, and then you analyze on that, so you get a exact feedback of your I mean whatever project you have launched, whether it is a software or a hardware product. Okay, so it can be used in the marketing. So the voice of customer can be captured in native and raw format and then analyzed for customer preferences and complaints. Okay, so like you customer whenever is talking, okay, you can record. Sometimes we see that our voice will be recorded. Okay, so whenever we talk, okay, our voice will be recorded. Okay, they will tell that you will be this will be you helping them for feedback and all that. Okay, so seeing the voice of the customer, okay, so you can analyze, okay, so what is the customer preferring it, whether, okay, whether he was trying to complain the things, whether he's satisfied or that. Okay, then social persons, okay, personas are a clustering technique to develop a customer segments of interest. Okay, so social personas, okay, it is a technique, okay, so where we are going to segregate, okay, your customers according to the interest. Okay, so whenever we try to launch a particular product, okay, so we want to segment, okay, so what kind of customers are there based on the what type of I mean view thinking they are going to have. Okay, so consumer input from social media sources. Okay, so you have a reviews, blogs and tweets contain numerous leading indicators that can be used towards the anticipating and predicting the customer behavior. Okay, so using this particular technique we will actually try to segregate, okay, the different types of customers based on their behavior. Okay, so whether the customer wants an agent, whether the customer does not want the agent. Okay, so different depending on the different types of behaviors. Okay, so whether the financial conditions, all that are used to separate the customer. So using the social personas technique. Okay, so you have a listening platform in a text application. Okay, so that is in real time gathers social media, blogs and other textual feedback and filters out the chatter to extract the consumer sentiments. So listening platform is where always we are trying to capture some information from the social media, from the blogs and other textual feedback. Okay, after getting huge amount of data, okay, we try to filter out that, and then out of that we are trying to know the customer sentiment. So insights can lead to more effective product marketing and better. This insight will help us, okay, to do a marketing better. Okay, so if you know that the customer is not satisfied, okay, then there's something wrong. Okay, so you need to modify your design so that you will gain more profit out of that. Otherwise, what happens that if you are not satisfying the customer, then if you launch that particular product, okay, then it will be difficult for you to make the profit. Okay, and then you have customer call center conversation and records can be analyzed for patterns of customer complaints. Okay, so customer care is always there. If you have any issues, we always complain to the customer care. Okay, so you're there, what we do, so you analyze what are all the type of complaints we have got. Okay, so based on that, okay, so which will help us to review our design, okay, and come out with a perfect products, okay, whether it may be a software or a hardware product. Okay, so the decision tree can be used to can organize this data to create a decision choices. Okay, so that could help with the product management activities. Okay, so using this patterns, okay, so you you may be constructing that using a decision tree. So there, okay, so where we will try to categorize the management activities. Okay, so like you may be having management activities for sales. Okay, so for production unit, sales unit and all that. Okay, so based on that we may making insight of these things. So you may include what are the where the complaints are going, which sector the complaints are going. So you may construct a tree which will help you to analyze, okay, easily what is the exact problem and where you have to improve it. Okay, so next you may be using, okay, in the business operations, many aspects of business functioning can be accurately gauged or measured from analysis of your text, analyzing a text. Okay, so always the more measurement of your textual document, okay, the more analysis of your textual document on the social media, if you do concerned with your sales, okay, so the better you make a profit. Okay, so you do a social network analysis and text mining, so it can be applied to your emails, blogs, social media and other data to measure the emotional states and the mood of a employee population. Okay, now here when you do this to analyze the employee, what the employee is talking about on social media, okay, regarding the company, regarding the rules of a organization. Okay, so this, if you analyze, do a sentiment analysis on this kind of your information generated on your social media, you can judge that whether your employee is happy or it is not happy. Okay, so using this, the management will have an idea that, okay, so there may be something wrong, or they may be having some policies, okay, so which are over strict for the customer. So if you are just relaxing them in a little bit manner, so if you may satisfy your employee, if your all the employees are happy, okay, you will have more productivity in your company. Okay, so this study is made by doing the sentiment analysis on a social data generated by the employees, okay, on the social media. Okay, like it may be your WhatsApp, it may be your Twitter, or it may be any other social media. Okay, so studying people emotional as emotional investor and using text analysis of social internet. Okay, so which will give what the people are thinking, the psychology about that, so which will help us. Okay, and I mean investment, it will also help us to do the investment return. Okay, suppose if some persons are trying to invest in you, what type of customers are investing in you, if you do the analysis and all, so it will help you better manage the things. Okay, so it is also used in legal application. So in legal application, lawyers and paralegals, okay, easily search case histories, okay, and lots of relevant documents in particular case to improve their chances of winning. Okay, so you know that, okay, when you are dealing with some particular case, okay, you have lots of documents, you have lots rules to be studied and reviewed for that. Okay, so sometimes there may be a similarity existing between one particular case and the other case. Okay, so for that they need to be very clever enough, like how the laws have to be applied, which law have to be applied. Okay, so now at a stage, if you can just can't go through the entire document and make the study. Okay, so for that, what can be done is, okay, you do this textual analysis on the previous cases which was held by any particular lawyer, okay, whether the same lawyer or maybe the other lawyer. Okay, so that you guess the similarities between that, which will help you to make the judgment, I mean make the better preparation for your case, okay, using the history of the other cases. Okay, so text mining is also embedded in the e-discovery platform, so that help in minimizing risk in process of sharing legally mandated document. Okay, so it will also help in the e-discovery platform. Okay, so in e-discovery platform, so where minimize, it will minimize your risk, okay, by sharing the legal mandated documents. Okay, so you can do the analysis perfectly, and after that, so the required documents can be shared, so you will not like everything if you share, you are at a risk. Okay, so for that what we do, so cleverly you do the mining and all, after that only you go for the what things have to be shared, what have to be protected, so that can be done. So you can take case history, testimonies, okay, which the trials, what the people are going through in the court, and client meetings, notes, and can reveal additional information. So for all this, okay, you can take all these like in similarly you can take in the healthcare situation also to better predict the high cost injuries and prevent the cost. So you can do all the analysis to the prevent the make the better predictions. Okay, so it can be used in governance and policies. So government can be overturned based on a tweet originating from a self-immolating fruit vendor in Tunisia. So this is actually a tragic incident which happened in Tunisia. Okay, there was a fruit vendor, so that was not a democratic government there. Okay, so there were policies of the government were very harassing. Okay, so this one particular person there who was a fruit vendor, who was harassed a lot. Okay, so actually he set himself on fire. Okay, so that tweet, okay, a photo of that person, okay, who set himself with a fire, okay, information about the person, okay, so that was actually shared on the tweets. Okay, so many people had there was actually a revolution taken place after sharing that particular tweet, and it got viral. Okay, so after that it actually brought in a new revolution, okay, which forced the government to change the policies. So that is why it's like the mining the text where the people are reading and all. Okay, so when they are trying to analyze, okay, so sometimes it will have a lot of impact on the governments also. Okay, so social network analysis and text mining of large scale social media data can be used for measuring the emotional states and moods of the constant population. Okay, so if you analyze that, so you can measure what is the emotional state and mood of the constant population. So sometimes, okay, micro target constant with specific messages. I mean, you can just focus on a certain group, or you can focus on a large group. Okay, so sometimes like you do, like before election normally we have, okay, we go for analysis and all that. Okay, so sometimes what happens, so whatever we do the analysis, the same kind of results will be actually seen in the real elections. Okay, so like that people may do the analysis in a social network. Okay, so like you can use this in the geopolitical security. Internet chatter can be proposed for real-time information and to content that dots on any emerging threats. So like in some political areas, okay, so where you want to have a security, okay, so what things are getting on shared on the internet. Okay, so if you take a real-time information what is getting generated on the internet, on the web, okay, and you try to um, do the analysis on that. If any threat is there, okay, if you find any threat found, so then that can be immediately resolved. You can take a security measures for that. Okay, it's like it can be used in academics, research streams. Okay, so it could be meta analyzed for underlying the research trends. Okay, so you can go on analyzing to find out what is the trend we are going to have it. Okay, then text mining process. So text mining is nothing but it's rapidly growing nowadays. Okay, so as we have lots of data generated on social media, okay, so as your text is growing, so there is need of efficient abstraction. Okay, you huge data is generated. Okay, so you have lots of data. Okay, millions and billions, trillions of data is getting generated. Okay, so when you are having such a huge amount of data, okay, so you cannot take everything. You need to take a, you have to take a abstraction of that. Okay, Okay, so when I'm telling you, when we are dealing with like suppose if you watch a movie, okay, so if I'm telling you to tell a story, what was that, okay, what you did for 3 hours, okay, by watching a movie. So if I'm telling that how is that movie about, tell me about that movie, okay. So I'm telling you that, so I'm just giving you some 15-20 minutes. In 15-20 minutes you will have to tell me the entire story, so that I understand what is the concept in that particular movie. So you will not go in detail about, okay, the entire 3 hours what went on. Okay, so what you do, you abstract the information in such way that I get to understand what was there in the movie, what is the concept of that movie. So like that. So if you have a lots of information, okay, then trillions of information, okay, you cannot consider the entire trillions of information. You abstract the important information about that, efficient abstraction, and after extracting you do the categorization of meaningful information from the text. Okay, so you may have a trillions of data there, so out of that you abstract it. Okay, after abstracting that, then you again segregate whatever you have abstracted into the meaningful information. Okay, so the first level of analysis always we do is, okay, identifying the frequent words. Okay, identifying the frequent words. Okay, if I want to analyze that whether the product is good or bad, okay, so I may do the analysis. Okay, for I may start searching for a words like good or bad. Okay, good, very good, okay, like that. Okay, so that is telling me like I may separate some set of words. Okay, so a cluster which is having some set of documents which is having a more number of words like a good, and some set of documents which are having more number of words like a bad. Okay, so these two I do segregate. Okay, which is now this one cluster is telling it's good, another cluster is telling bad. Okay, then analyzing the frequency, the count of words, I can tell you that whether the how was the satisfaction of that particular product. Okay, so like that you try to separate or categorize such that you get a meaningful information. Simply you just cannot segregate like 50% here, 50% here, like that. Okay, so whatever you segregate, so out of that your cluster you should get some meaningful information. So the first level of analysis what we do is identifying the frequent words. Okay, then which is creating a bag of important words. Okay, so what other type of words you are searching for. Okay, normally we don't do the analysis only for one word. Okay, we may have a lot of words, so that set of words we are calling it as a bag of important words. Okay, so text documents, okay, next all smaller messages can then be ranked how they match to a particular bag of words. Okay, again you do the ranking on that based on how they are going to match this bag of words, the set of words what we have chosen. Okay, now for this actually this is a challenging one. Okay, so with this approach, like you may be having the words may be spelled little differently. Okay, or they may be different words with similar meaning, color and collar. Okay, so this color and collar, okay, so similar meanings you may have. Okay, so similar words may be seen. Okay, and sometimes you may find people you don't expect all the people to whenever they are writing the exact correct English. Okay, so everybody's spellings are not correct. Okay, but still you should be clever enough to extract the information what exactly they're trying to say. Okay, like that is actually a challenging one. Okay, so people may be spelling differently. Okay, like and also the accent also makes a sense. Okay, so if you are on the web on the social media, you are not expecting that only you are collecting information from one country. Okay, so you may have, okay, so in US, okay, so they may be using like certain words. Okay, they may start with K, we may be starting with C. Okay, so that also makes a difference. Okay, some people may to spell color they may spell like this, some people may spell like this also. Okay, so that is actually challenging to know what kind of spellings are there. And next level is that level of identifying the meaningful phrases from words. Okay, so like two words they are combining, what meaning it is giving, to identify that also is actually challenging. Okay, so like ice and cream will be two different key words that often to come together to become ice cream. Okay, now in some documents we may be having like cooking documents also. Okay, so you may be having like ice as an entity, cream as an entity there. Okay, but when you are taking together as a phrase, a meaningful word, it becomes ice cream. Okay, so what context you are using, that also is important. Okay, so however there may be like more meaningful phrases can be combined by using the two words. Okay, so using the ice cream. So similarly, meaningful phrases like apple and pie. Okay, apple is a fruit. Okay, so like that your pie is also different thing. But apple pie, some certain times, okay, that will act like a adjective. Okay, so now you have to be keen enough, like not only directly matching the word. So what adjective it is used for. Okay, sometimes it is used to describe something. Okay, that may need not be apple and pie. Okay, so that is also to be carefully taken. So you actually have a lots of research on this. Okay, people have to be very careful in doing this one. So whatever we are studying is only doing at the abstract level. Okay, so next level, see, first level we have identified the words. Then is how you combine the words to make a meaningful phrases. Okay, next level is that of a topic. For what topic you are trying to search for that. Okay, so multiple phrases can be combined into a topic. Okay, so first you go for words, then phrases, then topic. Okay, thus the two phrases above could be put into a common basket. Okay, and this basket could be called as a dessert. Okay, so like what we do, like first we have ingredients. Okay, and then we combine some ingredients and make some dish. So that's a dessert like. Okay, now here we take few set of words, then we come like we take a combination of words. Okay, then you decide on a particular topic. Okay, so for what purpose you're going to use them. Okay, so now this that one you're calling it as a basket. Okay, the topic what we call everything you're calling it as a basket. So text mining is semi-automated process. Okay, so text data needs to be gathered first, then you apply a structure and then mined in 3-step process. Okay, so first you go for gathering, then you apply some kind of structure, and then you are going to mine it. So then mining is nothing but extracting the useful information out of that. Okay, so now text mining, the architecture of that is, okay, so first you gather the text. So establish the corpus of text. So corpus of text means corpus says the collection. So collection of your text. So gathers documents. Okay, you clean in it, prepare for analysis. We'll just go deep into it in the next slide itself. Okay, then after that you are, see, this is a raw information what we have gathered, but we obviously we will clean that. Okay, and you prepare for analysis. After that you structure that, making use of your text document matrix. So we'll just be shortly seeing what is a text document matrix. So we take a raw information, so clean it, and then using this raw information we try to generate the TDM. So you'd select a bag of words, so compute the frequency of that. So next slides we'll be seeing how to construct the TDM. Okay, from the TDM you go for applying the data mining tools like classification and clustering analysis to come out with a useful information, so that can help you to make the decision. So the text and documents are first gathered into the corpus and organized. The corpus is then analyzed for structure. The result is a matrix mapping important terms to source document. That means first you collect the gather the information into a collection. After that you try to give the structure for that. The structure is given in terms of by making the matrix. Okay, now this structured data is analyzed for with what type of words you're going to have. Okay, what is the frequency of words that will be fed into your matrix. So then after that we actually apply the algorithms of your data mining. Okay, so now let's see what is it in detail. What is your text document matrix? Okay, so this is a main core of your text analysis. Okay, so which is the heart of your structuring process. Okay, so free flowing text can be transformed into your numeric data, so that we are calling it as a text matrix. So raw data is there, that raw data will be transformed into numeric data. How do we transfer that raw data to numeric data? By mapping, by counting how many frequency of words are there. Those frequency is represented in your text document, I mean your matrix. Okay, so then after that you can easily apply the mining algorithms on that. Okay, now there are several efficient techniques for identifying the key terms from a text. Okay, so there are less efficient techniques available for creating the topics out of them. Okay, now that means first from raw data we'll identify the keywords, key terms. Okay, and then you count the frequency of that. Okay, so that will be going to your entity in your TDM. But There are lots of technique to do that. Okay, but taking those words, you identifying a topic, giving a topic or a heading for that, is there are less techniques for that. Okay, so you cannot tell, I mean, like from the raw information whatever is generated in social media, you may identify easily what are the frequency, how many words frequently they are appearing. You can take a count of that, you can put it to your matrix and all that. Okay, but giving a headline, okay, giving a heading for that is actually you have a less efficient techniques. Okay, so for the purpose of discussion, one could call keywords, phrases or topics as a term of interest. So we are interested in keywords, okay, we are interested in phrases, okay, one or two words from a phrase or a topic, that's our interest. Okay, so which is going to measure a frequency of your some important words. Okay, so now you are creating a matrix T cross D. Okay, so T is a number of terms, so D is a number of documents. So you take a set of documents, using those set of documents we are trying to create the TDM. Okay, so T cross D. Okay, so T is a set of terms. Okay, so just see here what we have done previously. Okay, so T is a number of terms we are going to use, D is a number of documents. So the number of terms into the number of documents we are going to use. Yeah. So that is going to term as a term document matrix. So number of documents we are going to have it. So T is a number of terms. So that is deciding what is the number of rows we are going to have. So you are having 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So 4 cross. Okay. So you are going to have the number of okay. So 6. So 4 cross 6 matrix it is. Okay. So now the terms T is investment, profit, happy, success. Okay. So in document 1, so this investment word was seen 10 times. Okay. So profit word was seen 4 times. Happy word was seen 3 times. Success word was seen 4 times. Okay. In document 2, investment word was seen 7 times. Profit was seen 2 times. Happy was seen 2 times. So there were no words, okay, so with the name success in the document 2. So likewise document 3 had no words of investment and profit, and it had a word happy, okay, so 2 times, success 6 times. So similarly we have, okay, one word, okay, investment, one with a frequency of 1 in document 4. So 5 times the word profit has appeared in document 4. So 3 times the word happy has appeared. So there was no word called success in document 4. Okay. So similarly we have document 5 and document 6. So now our keywords are these. Okay. So these keywords. So now you can use these keywords to form the phrases. Okay. So now to know to count the things, it is easy for anyone, but to come out with a topic it's actually difficult. So creating TDM requires making choices of which terms to include. Okay, so a text analyst should know that for what purpose you are analyzing a text, what are the core keywords you have to search in the document. That is why I said huge lot of information is there in that, what exactly you want to search, what keywords you want to search, and the keyword should be such enough that if you take that, and that should help you do the analysis and come out with some decisions. Okay, so that is actually the main choice of what keywords you have to use. So the term chosen should reflect the stated what purpose you're going to use and for what exercise you're going to use that. So list of terms should be extensive as needed. Okay, should be more, but should not include unnecessary stuff. So whatever word you're going to use, it should be useful one. It should be more, but simply, so to say if I have to include more number of words, simply don't include any unnecessary stuff that will serve to confuse the analysis or slow the computations there for you. Okay, so some considerations in creating a TDM. A large collection of documents mapped to large bag of words will likely lead to a very sparse matrix if they have few common words. So like if you're having a large collection of documents, okay, and you're having large bag of words, so that means you're taking more number of words for your consideration. Okay, then if you try to search all those words in your documents, okay, if all of them are not existing, then it is actually creating a sparse matrix. Okay, so sparse matrix means that so most of the entries in your matrix are empty. then that is called as a sparse matrix. So try to avoid this kind of situation. If you are having a sparse matrix, doing the applying data mining techniques and analyzing things will be difficult for you. Okay, then reducing the dimensionality of data will help improve the speed of analysis and meaningfulness of a result. So you should use, okay, sufficient words but not very large. Okay, and synonyms of terms with similar meaning should be combined and should be counted together as a common term. So sometimes some words will give the same meaning. Okay, now though two different words with the same meaning, if you take as two keywords, okay, that is not making a sense. Okay, you should take the synonyms, two synonyms as a common term. Okay, so this, which is going to help reduce the number of distinct terms, okay, of a words or a token. Okay, so these hints will actually help us to do the better analysis. Okay, so data should be cleaned for spelling errors. Okay, so sometimes common spelling errors, okay, should be ignored, okay, and just count them. Okay, you know that it is actually the error, spelling error, you count them. Okay, and the terms should be combined. Okay, uppercase, lowercase terms should also be combined. Okay, you don't take uppercase good as separate and lowercase good as separate. Okay, so uppercase, if somebody is writing profit in uppercase and somebody is writing profit in lowercase, if you consider that as a two different keywords, that is not serving your purpose. Okay, so all those things have to be ignored, and all those things have to be considered as a single term. Okay, and there may be many variants of the same terms as used. Sometimes for same thing you may use different words. Okay, so just the stem of the word would be used to reduce the number of terms. So for all of them you have to consider as a same. Like example, you take customer ordering. Okay, order data should be combined into a single token called order. So customer is ordering, order or ordering or order. Like, okay, this is helping us, like where we are trying to check out that what are the what type of sales or how many sales are going to go on. Okay, all these things have to be considered as a single word. Okay, so these are the hints which is going to get you the efficient TDM. Okay, and on the other hand, okay, homonyms, so terms with the same spelling but different meaning should be counted separately. Okay, so synonyms should be considered as single term, and homonyms means terms with same spelling but different meaning should be counted separately. Okay, so which is emphasizing the quality of your analysis. Okay, so the like sometimes the term order can mean a customer order or the ranking of certain choices. So these should be treated separately. So you should be very careful what kind of your text analysis you're going to do it. The boss ordered that the customer, like take this phrase, the boss ordered that the customer orders data analysis be presented in chronological order. Okay, now this order is order given by the boss. Okay, so it's an instruction given by the boss. This customer order is the customer orders, okay, what the customer is going to order for it, and then this order is actually the arrangement. Okay, so here you may have same spelling but their meaning is coming with a different context. Okay, so these have to be separated, considered separately, so that you have a quality analysis. So this you are having same words spelling different meaning. Okay, so this you for these things you actually have to do a manual review of your TD matrix. So then terms with very few occurrence in very few documents should be eliminated from the matrix. Okay, so like suppose if you have some term very few occurrence in very few documents it is there, better not to consider that. Okay, and the measure in each cell of a matrix could be one of your several possibilities. So you try to see that all each cell, okay, is having some count. Okay, try to avoid if you're having some words which are having very less frequency and very less documents. Okay, so it would be simple to count the number of occurrence of each term in a document. So now you may have a lot of it could be also a log of that number. Okay, like if you are having in a cell what kind of information you're going to have. Okay, so like the measure in each cell of a matrix could be one of a several possibilities. Okay, so in the TDM you may not only have a numerical data, you may have a lot of other possibilities. So it may be a simple count of the number of occurrence of your each term in a document, like it may be only the frequency of a words, or okay, in the TDM it is not only the frequency of words, sometimes it can be a log of, you can take a log of that number. Sometimes for analysis we can also do this, take a log of that number. Okay, it could be a fraction number computed from dividing the frequency count. Okay, so that means in the cell, in the TDM, you are not only having the frequency of your some particular term, you can also have a log of that number, you can have a fraction of that number computed from frequency, you may have a binary values in the matrix to represent whether a term is mentioned or not. Okay, so all this analysis for making the analysis simpler and all, so a lot of changes will be done in the TDM matrix. So don't be in impression that always it is going to have a frequency of your word. Okay, so the choice of value in this will depend on the purpose of your text analysis. So depending on the kind of your text analysis, okay, the choice whether it is representing frequency of number in TDM, whether it is representing a log, whether it is representing a fraction or a binary value, depends on what text analysis we are going to do. At the end of this analysis and cleansing, a well-formed, densely populated rectangular TDM will be ready for analysis. So if you are all doing this, okay, you're giving a clean data, then you have formed a TDM, then your TDM will be ready for analysis. So then TDM could be used, okay, using all data mining techniques to make the analysis on that, come out with a classification, then the decision make. Okay. Now mining the TDM. Okay, the TDM can be mined to extract the patterns or the knowledge. Okay, a variety of techniques could be applied to TDM to extract new knowledge. Okay, so you can have lots of technique for the TDM, okay, to extract a new knowledge. So predictors of desirable term could be discovered through predictive techniques as a regression analysis. That means predictors are what? So these are the values which are there in the TDM. So those are called as a predictors. Okay. So for what they are trying to predict, so they may be predicting something, so which is your target label or classification. Okay. So the output of your analysis will be either the in terms of your classification or your clustering. Okay. So for that you can use the regression analysis. Okay. So it's a data mining technique. So regression analysis is also data mining technique, to which is using these predictors, okay, of the terms in the TDM. Okay, and this predicting something, so the target label. So the technique what we are using in the data mining technique is your regression analysis. Okay, so like suppose the word profit is desirable in a document. Okay, the number of occurrence of word and the profit in the document. Okay, so you can apply the regression analysis on this word profit, okay, and come out with a classification term, okay, whether you have gained a profit or not gained a profit. Okay. Now the relative strength of the coefficient of various predictor variables should show a relevant impact of those terms of creating a profit discussion. That means whatever terms we have used in the TDM, all of them will have an impact, okay, on the output target label. So that target label will tell whether the profit was made or profit was not made. Okay, so that analysis can be done using different kinds of your technique. So predicting the chances of a document being liked is another form of a analysis. Okay, so we are checking whether if you are suppose if I am posting a video, okay, so I want to know whether people have liked or not, or have not liked the videos. Okay, so like that, so if anybody has given a speech, okay, so by considering the comments, okay, after that one, so they can analyze that whether people have liked the speech or not liked the speech. Okay, so like that, important speeches made by CEOs or CFO to the investors could be evaluated for quality. Okay, so CEO is giving the speech for the investors. Okay, so on in front of the investors. Okay, so the CEO of a company will always make a presentation. Okay, and those investors are going to evaluate through some text. Okay, and that is by seeing the evaluation of the investor, you can easily know that whether the speech was liked by the investor or not liked. Okay, so if the classification of those documents such as good, poor, or speeches, okay, was available, then the terms of the TDM could be used to predict the speech class. Okay, so like if you are in the evaluation, if you are using the terms like good, poor, okay, or for the speeches and all, you construct a TDM out of that. Then the target label, okay, whether the speech was liked or not liked, so you can do the analysis. Okay, so whether the speech was liked by the persons or not liked by the person. Okay, So for doing that, you can use a decision tree also. Okay, so like that, any data mining technique can be used. Okay, so either a regression technique or a decision tree or any other data mining technique can be applied. Okay, so some machine learning, AI, data mining, okay, all of them are interchangeably, they'll be using it. Okay, so decision tree could be constructed, that is making a simple tree, so with a few decision points that predicts the success of a speech 80% of your time. Okay, so if you are having more number of these kind of your words, good and all, so it is definitely saying that the speech was liked by the investors. Okay, so this tree could be trained with more number of data, so over time, so by using data from the TDM, okay, and then that would easily give you the decision whether the speech was liked and or it was not liked. Okay, so there we have just seen classification kind of your answer, like whether for a profit, okay, or a speech was liked or not. So this can also be used not only for classification, it can also be used for the clustering technique. Okay, so clustering technique can help categorize document by common profile. Okay, so for example, like documents containing the word investment and profit more often could be bundled together. Like, so the word which is containing the word investment and profit. Okay, so it can be combined together as a together. So similarly, documents containing the words customer order and marketing more often could be bundled together. Okay, so customer order and marketing, it is combined or bundled together. Okay, so thus a few strongly demarcated bundles could capture the essence of the entire TDM. Okay, so that means, so you may have some bundles. Okay, so demarcated bundle. Okay, so like you are having a document containing the words investments and profits. Okay, so investments and profits bundled together. Okay, documents containing the words customer order and marketing. Okay, so it may be bundled together. Okay, so now easily you can separate out. Okay, so where the investment was there, the more profit was there. Where the investment was not there, the more profit was not there. Like they have just ordered it and all that. Like that you are just clubbing the documents. So with the some set of your words. So thus a few strongly demarcated bundle could capture the essence of the entire TDM. So these bundles could help further processing. So such as handing over the selected documents to the other for legal discovery. Okay. So after once you cluster the documents, then you can analyze the behavior of a person's, I mean whatever analysis you can do on that each cluster, then you come out with by changing the policies and all that. Okay, then you can also use association rule mining for doing the clustering. Okay, to find the relationship between the coexisting between the each entity. So you can say that, okay, the words tasty and sweet occur together often, so say 5% of time, and further when these two words are present 70% of time, the word happy is also present. So like this you can analyze, okay, for doing the food analysis and all using the association rule mining. Okay, so now here's a comparison between the text mining and data mining. Okay, so you can just go through this. What is the nature of data? Like here it is unstructured data, here we are expecting to have a numbers. Okay, here many languages can be used. Okay, here always we use this numerical languages and all. Okay, so here sentence can be ambiguous, so here always a numbers are precise. Okay, so you just go through this table, we can easily analyze for what purpose it is be used. Okay, then text mining best practices, you can see. Okay, uh, the first and most important practice is to ask the right question. Okay, so what terms we are want to use, that's the most thing. So till we come to the TDM, you need to be very careful. So after that we can use a predefined data mining algorithms to do the classification of your clustering. So good question is one which gives the answer would lead to the large payoffs for the organization. So that means what words we are going to choose, so that is most important. Okay, so the purpose and the key question, whatever we are going to frame, what terms we have to choose, we have to do a lot of analysis on that. That is actually the important role. Okay, what levels of granularity you are doing for the TDM. Okay, so TDM defined for simple searches, okay, or whether you are doing for the complex semantic analysis or the network analysis. Okay, so that is till you develop a perfect TDM, you need to be very careful. Okay, so second important practice is to be creative and open in proposing the imaginative hypothesis for the solution. So you have to be creative enough. Okay, So creating the good suggestion. So thinking out of box is always better to do that. Okay, so both in quality of proposed solution as well as finding the high quality data sets. Okay, so for example, like TDM of consumer sentiment data should be combined with consumer order data in order to develop a comprehensive view of your customer behavior. You have created a TDM with consumer sentiments. Okay, so whether the customer was happy or not, all the sentiment analysis you've done. Okay, and the same from the same set of documents you have created another TDM, okay, where the orders were placed. Okay, so if you combine both of them, so that will exactly give you the behavior of customer, which will help you catch the customers easily and improve your business. So that as you have to always be thinking the out of the box. Okay, so another important element is to perceive the problem iteratively. So you have to go on doing the one stretch, you should not stop. Iteratively you do it, refine it, finally you will be coming up with a satisfied TBM. So too much data is always not required, so it is better to divide and conquer the problem with simpler TDM. Okay? And after that, if you need, you go for the expansion. So in the future, add new terms to help improve the predictive accuracy. Okay? So you add on, say suppose some terms you have taken, if you just add on few more terms iteratively and go on checking out of that. Okay, next, a variety of data mining tools should be used to test the relationship in the TD. Okay, so don't just satisfied with few regression techniques, okay, or with a few your decision trees, okay, or your association rule mining and all. You try to put many machine learning algorithms and data mining algorithms, then come out with a particular solution. So different decision tree algorithms could run alongside the cluster analysis and the technique, so that you have a better view or better decisions. Okay, so triangulating the findings with multiple techniques and many what if scenario. Okay, what if scenario, like what if I am doing this, if I apply this algorithm, if I am applying something else algorithm. Okay, take the results, compare the results. Okay, and then finally you come out with a particular decision. Okay, so now here we are finished with the text mining. So we know that, so in short the conclusion, so text mining is dividing, okay, into the unstructured text to discover valuable insights about the business. So text is gathered and then structured into term document matrix based on the frequency of your bag of words. So that means first we gather a text, okay, unstructured document, clean it, process it, then create a TDM. Okay, for creating a TDM, we first select some set of words, so like collection of words which we call as a bag of words. Okay, and then we make a phrases and all that. After TDM is ready, we are going to apply the different technique. So to find out the novel patterns lying in it. Okay, so and then we finally come to a conclusion. This completes your